the same YouTube channel, isn't it?
But how do you record the show?
I think this on YouTube.
Should we actually practice the record?
Well, if you probably can merge the two videos somehow.
Yes, I think we can just say.
There must be young people who know how to do this.
Yeah.
We can ask you Christian. C'est un instrument de frequency et c'est vraiment chouette. So Darcy, you are very happy to be here on Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, lovely.
There's nothing better.
I want to go to IKEA. To buy pillows.
It should be fine now, but it's a different link.
Okay.
Yeah, do we wait a bit or do we...
Was it a different link also in a way a different YouTube channel?
It's the same channel, but it's a different video. But
Yeah, it's just a
you
regular.
can make it on Facebook.
No, it's just good.
Anyway, I only spread it to the Facebook page and the YouTube channel.
I think it's important.
We are not looking for people to
Actually, 1 minute.
It doesn't make me really, so it's just like...
Yeah, but let's continue discussing a not so important topic.
Okay, so I start again?
Were you still
How come would you say this was not important?
No, I didn't finish my answer, but...
Yeah, the signal went off. Now we have a new video. It's on Facebook. The link is on Facebook. Thanks a lot.
Anna?
They are connected. I mean, the group is connected together in the Hangout, and they will now switch to the new link I sent on Facebook.
Okay. Then you'll get the chance to answer
Everybody tries to
Yeah.
keep on right there.
Yeah, well, the other ones are coming back, I guess.
Yeah, because I heard we are all together, so I think we'll get to have a meeting like everybody mentioned.
But you can speak about something, just entertain people if there's somebody already watching.
No, there's no.
But how do you know? Because they listen to information.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's true. Sorry. Sorry, people. Sorry.
So.
You know that they don't hear you over because you might.
Yeah. So till the people are also back in the Hangout, and for everybody who is now seeing this on YouTube, we'll go to a different topic, a topic that as a vegetarian is quite close to my heart, animal rights. So the question actually is from Facebook: what do you think about animal rights? No, not sure who it was before. You were answering last. So, Clarisse, can you say what you think about animal rights in maximum 1 minute? Then we'll go to Christina, and afterwards you can continue your previous answer. Okay?
So it's a good question because we know that we are setting up a new working group in FAG, so I can make some advertisement about food system and animal rights. And so it's a new group, so feel free to join. We have a lot of work to do. And my view of animal rights, Actually, yeah, it's a tricky question because and my organization, my national organizations, is always creating a lot of debates. I would say that we should really take care of this subject because first, we have a package at the European level now, which will be voted, and with also speaking about animal rights. And I think that when you see, I'm sorry, I'm more from French context, but when you see that that they want to build a very, very big farms with, I don't remember the exact name of cows inside, I think it's a very important subject and that we really should take care of that because we could say that if people don't care about animals, can they? I mean, if you don't take care about animals, it's not necessarily. How do you end wars and so on? I think it's kind of connected because you have to consider animal in a better way than it is now.
Okay, thank you. Casilla?
I think we need to value and respect every being in this planet. And I agree with Clarice and everything that was said just came to my mind. One very interesting video that was going on YouTube. It was about one farm with chickens, cows, and so on, different animals. And then there was the people who were taking care of these animals, and these animals were capable of having this free life. And the whole chain of systems of living was normal and there was happiness. And then suddenly people decided to build factories, to close these animals in cages, to put them different vaccinations, and somehow exploiting them. And what happened was the life of people was also changed because all this unhappiness, all this pain that these animals were suffering came to people as well. So, I mean, for sure, we need to defend animal rights. We need to strive. I mean, there are more conditions, no factories or farms and so on, and we need to think about it, that everything we do in this planet impacts on us as well.
Okay. Would you then agree with an old FYG proposal that it should be forbidden or and illegal to have pets?
I myself had a pet. It was one wonderful cat that really loved me so much and we spent a couple of years together.
So you would say no?
I would say I would, I mean, in certain ways. And I also I want to mention also that my grandparents live in the village, so we also have animals there. I am not against having animals as a pet, so taking care of them as long as we give these animals freedom. For example, if we have a pet, then we have a house and give the freedom of this pet to go out and have just normal life that each animal deserves. If we have chickens, then make sure that they are not locked in a cages, but they have this free space. I would say let's not take pets and let's not take care of animals when we are not capable of giving them a proper condition and a love and a good way of living.
Okay. Clarice, would you be in favor of a ban on pets?
I would say that it's not by banning pets that we will change people of mind. I mean, it should be a long-term objective, but not a short-term objective, because it won't work, and people won't understand, and for me, it's not a good situation to change the perspective of people towards animals.
Okay, 1 second.
No problem. Yeah, you can ask questions.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
We come back to the...
Yes, Clarice, you can finish your question, your answer about the workload of the spokesperson.
Yes, about workload of spokespersons. I hope it's fine. Yes, okay, sorry, because our image disappeared. And I was thinking I've just been graduated, and from some years I have saved some money, and so if I become co-spokesperson of FYG, I will be willing to dedicate my time to representing FYG and traveling throughout the travel in Europe. And about stress, I would say that I was still at the beginning of my mandate as a recent member of FYG. I was still I was still an international officer of the French Congress waiting for my connections. And I was also doing an internship and writing my master's thesis, so I think that I can handle it.
Okay. There is a new question coming in, so Hangout people, please type it into the chat if you have a question as well. The question that came in is, how would you re-engage the young Greens who stopped being active on a European level? So, I'm not sure whether this refers to the people that got too old or the people that kind of did not or finished their terms. But how do you reconnect or re-engage people who are not active anymore?
We have a wonderful project now with the EC. It was initiated by the German Young Greens and the Spanish Young Greens, and it's the Twinning Cities project. And the idea is to connect local activists, so to connect local groups, for example, a local group of Spain with a local group of Scotland. It's an example. So I think it would be a good way, because we know that living in FYG, sometimes it's not maybe not in the same year, but sometimes it's always the same persons who are coming.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have necessarily this kind of like FYG spirit coming up in all the membranes, with all the activists within each member organization. So I think that this kind of project, without completely, without going to the GA of FYG, could really connect people at the European level. And because there are people who really want to stay active on the ground and both have time to be active on the European level. It was one of our discussions that I had with the Swiss Young Greens, because I was at their General Assembly last weekend, and so I think it would be a good opportunity, because you are staying in your local group, but you are also building a European spirit and understanding your neighbors.
Okay. Christina, and can we keep the answers a bit shorter now? Because there's more questions coming in.
Twinning Cities is for sure for me also a way to connect and reactivate our organization. Mm-hmm. But I think also there are sometimes people who are saying, okay, but in FYG we have a lot of political debates and so on, but nothing actually so much happening on local level. I would also encourage having common activities or having common actions on local level. For example, currently there are so many refugees coming to Europe. Why we as young organizations don't go and try and make an action trying to help all of these refugees. I also think it's very important that FYG concentrates a little bit on more improvement of non-formal education for next year. I mean, after the election campaign, for example, to try to help small organizations to build themselves as an organization, because we have a lot of big organizations inside of FYG, but at the same time there are very small little group of people who are really making an effort to make something, but they need this external help. They need, for example, FYG to get their participants to events, and then coming back to spread all of these ideas that we are discussing. They need that FOG encourage, for example, having a general assembly in small member organization and non-EU member organization, or more to try to help them with applications and everything that is possible. And of course, strong communication.
Clear. Okay, then okay, there is a question there from to Krasina. So this one is specific to Krasina. Don't you see a potential of conflict of interest at being in the executive of the Green Party and also spokesperson of FYG? Won't you have to leave one for the other?
So far, I didn't see any that influence, for example, me to perform in a worst way my executive committee position, having in mind that I'm also in the board of the Green Party in Bulgaria. Still, if it's necessary, I'm ready to step back for this time that I will be FOG spokesperson from the position on national level. But so far, I've never used my position in the Green Party to do something inside of FOG. And the same way back, maybe only that as young person in this board, I'm trying to promote youth issues that actually had a quite positive impact. And of course, I'm trying to promote our primary or national level. But still, once again, I'm saying that if I get elected for spokesperson, if member organization thinks that this could influence in a certain way, I'm ready to take that.
Okay, thank you. Now I have another question which is for both of you. It is European election year. In the European elections, it is generally mostly the focus on the European Union, which is only a part of Europe, which is also only a part of FYG. How do you see, as candidate spokesperson and as current EC members, that you can link in this year and involve the non-EU member organizations? And please keep your answer short because we are already at 6.
Okay, I will be very short. Yes, I think it's one of the main tasks of the EC this year to set up our post-elections period, and it means having a very inclusive project for which interest the member organizations who are not part of the European Union, and we already started by launching a call in August. So maybe you don't see that because it was during the summer, but the idea is really to have a participatory process to choose what will be the next project for FAG after the election. So please feel free to give your input.
Okay. Casina, your answer to how to engage the non-EU advocates.
Actually, this year during summer camps or different events I've been to, but also talking to different people from non-EU countries, most of them said that they understand that actually FOG is entering this year into a European Parliament election campaign, and that they might be not in the center of efforts, but still they would like, for example, to join in these tour buses, to join with input for different events. I think what is very important is currently to look for projects that we could empower in non-EU countries that could be realized after the election campaign. And this is something that we are still lacking. But I do believe that there are opportunities to deal with this. We just need further and more to communicate with member organizations. There are a lot of events going on in this country, and somehow still not enough communicated or well thought. And maybe even to have a general assembly over there. Even though I know that other member organizations want to have it, but I really think this is important. It's very important that we have events in non-EU countries and small MOs and show this
Then,
Yeah, can we ask a question directly?
yes, I don't know why they're there.
Can you hear us?
We have again a question now from Richard on
Can you
Twitter.
hear us?
And keep your answers again close to a minute, so that we. Is it okay that we finish 6:15? Yeah. How do you see faith as part of a green agenda? Now it is Casina first.
What I like about Young Dreams is that we're still maybe a dreamers. We're dreamers who strongly believe in certain ideas. We have these goals, we have this clear, open-minded thinking, and we are ready for this. We believe we could change the world, and therefore I would say faith is an important part of our daily life. I mean, something we could not continue further, something that FOAG cannot make it if we don't have a faith that we could change something.
I think here they referring, if I understand, I think they refer here, as I understand it, to religious faith. So how do you see being religious or the religious faith as part of the green agenda?
People should be given the right to believe in a certain religion and what they identify with themselves. I mean, a lot of green people, they go against religion, maybe, but I do believe that everybody has the right for such a faith, and nobody is ban it or say no for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that faith should be not used in gaining certain political aims or exposing people or somehow brainwashing their mind. I believe in faith, but...
So you're for the separation of state and religion? Okay. Clarice? Yeah, well, you probably are for the separation of state and religion. It is almost a religion in France to be for that separation. But how do you see faith as part of the green agenda?
I think we shouldn't take any positions as long as it's not having big consequences on fundamental rights.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow.
This is short.
Yeah. See, this is exactly what we're doing for. Now, I have a question for both of you. We are almost at the end, unless any last-minute questions come up from the Google Hangout or Twitter or Facebook. You're both candidates. You both have worked with each other for 6 months now, more or less, 5 months. Why would you say is the other candidate a good candidate for authorities?
It's a super question. I would say that Cassie is very dedicated and that she's very serious.
Mm-hmm. Okay, two very good qualities. Casina, why is Clarice a good candidate for spokesperson?
I think she's very charming, smiling, and she's also a dedicated person.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There is a question from Antoine, which we have already partially answered. But Gina, please type your question here in the chat. Okay. So Antoine, we already answered that question. So I'll go for the question of Gina. What kind of projects have you built up so far on a local level? Krasina, you first.
On local level, I'm coming from a very small organization. I mean, it was founded in '88, and 2010 it was registered as an organization, and we are facing problems of getting members, and also organizational problems of people dropping off. I mean, since I'm in an organization for already 3 years, I'm trying to keep this spirit. I'm trying to everything that is gained from FOAG to bring it inside of my organization. What I have done is I'm 7 people in my organization. We had some actions, and we really tried to organize a seminar, but somehow it failed because maybe we are still lacking a little bit of capacity on this.
Yeah.
But also promoting women PhD.
Okay. Clarisse, the same question for you.
Yes. So in the young brains, what is quite funny is that so we launched a local group as the local group of the former international officer of French language. But what is quite ironical, it's a local group for French language abroad. So it's a local project, but not really local. And it's a very hard project. I think it's very hard to manage this kind of group. I think that Mary now could tell you more about it because of the.
You have to articulate a bit better.
Sorry. And so I was speaking about this creation of a local group of French children without borders. It's French local group actually because we are all outside. There are some people in Brussels, but it was also very hard because of Skype. But actually, we are all experiencing equality. It was very important. It is local group, and yes, otherwise with French language we have some more local projects, but it's related to elections.
Okay. Then there is. Okay, let's try it. Okay, we'll try it without the microphone now because we seem to have a bit of issues. Move it a bit closer. Cassina, there is a question here. You are now in your second term as part of the EC, and you're known as the ECI FYG woman. What other things have you achieved in 1.5 years in the executive committee? Okay, it's good.
It's strange that people call me ECI person. I think we should look it in another way, that we as EC people have certain resources that we are responsible, and just I had this pleasure to be responsible for ECI, and I did a lot to enhance this topic and bring people together. What I have done a lot, I was a prep team member in 2 FYG events. One is the youth speaker training, the other is our winter camp on democracy. I helped in organizing an ECI conference in Brussels. I participated and organized together with the other executive committees a strategic planning process, our general assemblies. I've been in touch with our partner organization, CDN, and tried to cooperate and strengthen our communication with our Eastern European MOs. And I've always tried to keep this team spirit and build it inside of our FYG and our EC. I also, currently in my second year, I'm trying to help and to distribute my knowledge to newest members. And probably a lot of other things, just I mean 2 years are quite long time. And FYG is a dynamic organization.
Yeah. The same question for Clarisse. What have you achieved in the last 5 months of being an EC member?
Oh yeah, we do have a micro. So first, I am responsible for the office. So recently we had interview sessions with our next employees because we have more people to help us. Before that, there is the Southern Europe Summer Camp that I coordinate with the French language. It was quite easy, I would say, because it was quite not easy, but it was a prolongation of my task within the French language. And otherwise, I am also responsible for the training project and for the new working group food systems. And I also, as I have some connections to Brussels, I'm also, for example, I also help Misha because I'm not responsible, for example, for the youth campaign. But as we have to get some MEPs participating to the project, I was also going to the European Parliament and speaking with MEPs and improving our relationships with the Green Group and the EGP.
Okay. Then, if there are no more questions, and it doesn't seem we have any more questions now, then I would like to give you, both of you, just 30 seconds. You said before why the other one would be a good spokesperson. Now, a traditional end of each candidate debate is a short closing statement on why you would be a good candidate, why you would be a good spokesperson. So this is for both of you, your 30 seconds to convince the members who still are not convinced or doubting why they should vote for you. Now, Clarisse, you ended, so Clarisse, you can start now.
Okay. I think I can be a good bridge between the north and the south, between the west and the east. And I think my communication skill, both in the social media and also contact with people, could really help for this year and for these European elections and the youth campaign and after the setting out project for the post-elections.
Okay, thank you very much. Casina, same for you. The last 30 seconds to convince the voters who are not decided.
I have excellent organizational understanding. I have a lot of motivation. I've proven that I could bring team spirit between all of us. I've proven that every project that I start, I manage to realize, and I could also be a bridge between East and West because we also need regional balance and sort of way. But yes, I am really ready to give all my heart to work together with you, and I love you.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Clarisse, Casina, for the debate. Now I would like to thank...
Thank you to you.
The people there. Okay, so for everybody who has watched this first ever online candidates debate, you probably have quite a bit of comments on how this went, both technically as in content, and whether this is something that you feel as member organizations or as Young Green members, whether it is useful or not, how it could be more useful for you. So please tweet, Facebook, or send by email your feedback on this first debate to the office. And then also the office will send everybody again the information on how you can vote for Casina or Clarisse for the female spokesperson in FYG. Okay, so then we will end it here just as a last person joined. Okay, that was very short. Okay, so take care, everybody. Make a good choice, but do remember that regardless of who you chose, it is your action as member organization that will make sure whether FYG is successful and whether we will see a green spring in May 2013 or a nationalist dark spring. Yeah, it's scary.
We have an amazing moderator.
Yay! Thank you very much.
In broadcast?
Okay.